Yes, so we are number 11. Number 11, consider the following, the information in the following table. Measure the correlation using Spearman's coefficient of rank correlation. Assistant is in week 7, page 1 and 2. Before we go to week 7, page 1 and 2, you can take a sneak peek at week 4, just to review the 3 subcategories: measures of central tendency, mean, median, and mode; measures of dispersion, range, interquartile range variance, and standard deviation. We deal with that. And now we're in the 3rd subcategory, measures of correlation. Okay, you have the Spearman's and you have the product moment, and then going into linear regression, linear modeling. Okay, but now we're starting with Spearman. Be careful, remember, be reminded what we said. The assignment is a way of studying the content. Okay, it's for an example. So we're on measures of correlation with number 11. You have 2 variables here in this example, because what measures of correlation do is how to measure give you a measurement as how one variable affects the other variable. It's like the correlation, the relationship between 2 variables. Okay, the 2 variables here is hours of study and score. Okay, you could have expenditure and, you know, profit according to what you are studying. Okay, you could have measures amount of sunlight and growth rate. Okay, you could have the even the COVID, you can have the quality of the vaccine and its effectiveness. Okay, that happening in every research, and that's one of the most popular areas in research, because when you have a research, it is very common to analyze how, you know, once you say factors, you know, it's like, how does one variable affect the other? And you can even check it out in the project that we are doing, you know, the factors that affect it. Okay, that's very popular in any research. So that stage in the analysis of measurement of correlation is very, very, very popular, very important. Okay, very applicable. Using a simplified example, hours of study and score. How does, at what, you know, what level does the hours of study affect score according to this diagram there, according to these values? And we are going to use one of the methods of doing that is called Spearman's. Okay, and you can get that in week 7. Okay, week 7, page 1 and 2. This is week 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, measures of correlation using Spearman's. Okay, and here you have it listed here, the steps, very carefully listed, because, you know, beforehand we did not have online approach. Yes, and here you have the table already giving you some assistance, and here you have the steps. Okay, in the weekly notes number 7. So let's follow the notes. Okay, let's follow the steps. It says create 2 more columns, 2 more rows or columns. Have we done that? Yes. And there's a 3rd one actually called D squared. So in fact, it's supposed to be saying create 3. Okay. We have done that. Label 1 rank of X and rank of Y. Have we done that? Yes, rank of X and rank of Y. Okay, so that of course should be in your assignment also. Okay, now the X now here now, remember we said X is defined as, X means what we define it to be. So X here is hours of study. Y is score. Okay, anytime you see you go in an algebra class, in a math class, and you see X and Y is a potential variable. X and Y is something representing something real, is a letter representing something real, you know, and according to your example, you define it what you want, what you want it to be. Okay, depending on what you are looking at. So here X is hours and Y is score. X is always the independent variable, the one that affects the dependent variable. So your score depends on your hours of study, and this is logical. Okay, so it's like the hours now is independent of the score. It is the one affecting the score. Okay. So the independent normally carries the letter X, and normally goes on the X-axis, yes, and the dependent normally goes on the Y. By convention, you see, just a form of standardization, and X and Y can mean anything based on what you define it to be. Okay, so X is always Y score. Let's go back to the steps. The highest value is given a rank of 1. The second highest value, a rank of 2. Bear in mind, always bear in mind what we are doing. We are trying to measure the correlation between two variables, the degree of the relation between two variables. Okay, the two variables we are dealing with in this example is hours and score. How, at what level does hours affect score? We are trying to measure that. Okay, we're trying to get a number. We have an idea. Subjectively, we say, okay, hours study affected score, you know, but by how much? Okay, so this how much can be measured, and that's what we are doing now. One of the ways to do that is using Spearman. Bear that in mind. Now let's move on now. We need to rank. Back to week 7, it says the highest value gets a rank of 1. The second highest a rank of 2, and so on. We need to rank the X and we need to rank the Y. We need to rank the hours and we need to rank the score. Let's start with the hours. Okay, so based on what I just said, can anybody tell me what I must write and where? Or should I go over? Just to see if we are following. Anybody? Based on what I just said, I need to write a number in somewhere in here. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rectangles. I need to write a number. What number and where must I write that number? Anybody? Anybody? We are waiting. Here, I'll give you a chance to. Anybody? Please read this. Can anybody tell me what and where I should write in this? So let's go over that again. It says we have to rank X and rank Y. In order to rank, the highest value gets a rank of 1. The second highest gets a rank of 2. So we're going to apply this ranking now system to X. The X's are the hours of score. The hours. So I need to start ranking the hours in this row there. So can anybody tell me what number must I write and where? Oh, by the way, you're like, okay. I was just wondering if you all was thinking or if you all were hearing me. Yes. So say that again. We're there. Where? Below 40 there. What to put there? Put 60 there. Okay, someone say put 60 there. Anybody else have any idea? Any other opinion? Say it again. Four. So tell me what number to write and where. So I have to type 4. Where to type 4?